Go Mustang, the Coach Alexander Show, brought to you by Kim Assad, your real estate broker.
Hello, Mustang Nation. Matt Carnes, Grapevine Booster here for Week 8 of the Coach Mike Alexander Show with the head coach of the Grapevine Mustangs football team, head coach Mike Alexander. And Coach, welcome back to the show for Week 8.
Thank you.
Coming off of a tough one Friday night, it was the big crosstown rivalry, and to say it didn't go quite as planned, probably an understatement. But yeah. Tell us your view. Tell us what happened Friday night.
Well, I think it was it's a game against two good teams, two quality teams, and I think it started out pretty well for us.
Here we go on a 2nd down and 9. Inside give, Priere. He's into the open, across the 45, the 40. It's going to be a foot race, and Priere's going to win it to the 10, the 5, and Priere takes it to the house. There are no flags, and Grapevine is on top just like that, 6-0 with 10:30 to go in the first quarter.
We had a couple hiccups early on with an interception when we were up 7 that we felt like we were still in control of the game, and then once the game kind of got settled in, we're looking at 14-14 with about 5 minutes to go in the half. Just a quality football game, and a couple missed tackles and a long touchdown run by Heritage, and now we're down 7. Could never, the rest of that half, we could never get anything going offensively. We turned the ball back over with, very little time left, and just unfortunately gave up a big play right there before half, and that was kind of that was a dagger right there, to go down 14 right before half when we were hoping to get out of there at 21-7, kind of hit the reset button at halftime. But either way, we come out second half. Things started well. Got a turnover first series. Got the ball back, went and scored.
Handoff, Murphy finding a hold as he went right outside. Ball's loose at the 40-yard line. Grapevine says they have it. The line just comes racing in. Still no indication now. Yes, they do. Grapevine has the football. That ball jarred loose, and the Mustangs have it on a huge break at the 40-yard line. And slow to get up is Caleb Murphy, as he was the one that took the shot. Mustangs have the ball at the 40-yard line of Heritage here with 11:39 to go in the third. 10:31 to go in the third quarter. Bubble screen pass out to Clayton at the 15, the 10. Looking for a crease inside to the 5. Cuts inside. Into the end zone goes David Clayton. It's his second touchdown of the night. And now it's 28-21. And here come the Mustangs on the comeback trail.
28-21, still in striking distance. And, it was just kind of a series of unfortunate events. We just could never get anything consistently going offensively. And we knew defensively that, we had our work cut out for us. And, throughout the course of the game, between all their different personnel packages and their, quality athletes they're getting the ball to, we just kind of started to wear down defensively. But, end up coming up short. But at the end of the day, like I said before the game, that game didn't have a whole lot of bearing on playoff standings or seeding in the playoffs. So, the sun did come up on Saturday, and, it stings and it's no fun, but there's always lessons to be learned, from losses like that.
Well, I've heard it said before that when you lose, don't lose a lesson, and I try to instill that on people when those times come, and you just got to, move on and lose. But if you listen to the radio broadcast, the radio broadcasters made the same comment many times over between Kevon and Cam Brown, who's obviously already committed to UCLA. Mm-hmm. But they said time and time again, and that's why you're going to see those guys playing on Saturday next year. And you can tell with those guys. Yeah,
no doubt. They're extremely talented. And one thing that gets lost in the shelf a little bit, that was probably the best offensive line that we've seen this year. So just credit to Heritage in the game that they played. But when you go back and watch the tape, you see the Mustangs not quitting. We never had reps, or going back and looking at the game where we weren't playing hard. We weren't giving our best efforts. Came up short, no doubt, but not disappointed in the manner in which our kids competed at all. So, there's the lessons learned through this game are simple. You can't make mistakes that beat yourself when you play quality people. Taking care of the football is paramount. Not giving up big plays at the end of halves is paramount. And and we did both of those things, and it put us behind the 8 ball, and it's hard to recover when you're playing good people.
Absolutely, but it was still it was an entertaining game to watch for sure, and attitude and effort for anybody involved with Mustang football would make us all proud. So that's what we're one of the things that makes us very proud to be part of the program. It was a good week, though. You swept all the other games leading up to that, both freshman and JV games. Talk about the future coming up.
Well, that's something that, and I don't know when the last time that was done. Between Grapevine and Heritage, where Grapevine won, every sub-varsity game. So that's a positive. That shows that we do have kids in our program right now that are on par and can compete with those guys across town and not just compete but beat them, and so that was encouraging. And in the manner in which we did, the freshman blue team, I think they led from start to finish, but the freshman red, had a little bit of a back and forth game, had to come back from behind to win, and then same thing with our JV. The JV pretty much trailed the whole game and then came back and took the lead at the very end. So just the resolve of those young kids and the belief in what we're doing offensively and defensively at the lower levels is something definitely to be excited about.
Well, it was certainly fun to watch the freshman games the night before. But you're moving ahead. You've got Eastern Hills coming in Friday night, senior night, so you're going to have a lot of fun with that. But tell us what we're looking for Friday night.
Well, Eastern Hills, they're a very, very athletic team. I mean, they have an outside linebacker committed to the University of Texas, and they don't scholarship kids that aren't good football players. So they're going to have a few kids on defense that can, run and hit and make things happen. And then offensively, their receiving core might be the tallest and the fastest overall that we've seen this year. So they pose some challenges. Their record doesn't reflect, I think, how dangerous of a team they can be. It's a good challenge for us this week to get back on track. We want to put our stamp on this game, and we want to win this football game with execution and physicality. And I'm excited that our kids are too. They want to get back on the field like yesterday. So it'll be fun, and it makes it special that it's senior night. These kids that are seniors right now, they have a special place in my heart. Because they were freshmen when I first, came to Grapevine, and so I've been with them for 3 years now, and it's going to be a sad night, but it's going to be a joyful night at the same time.
Well, it'll be good, but you're talking about Eastern Hills. If you look at the record, they're 3-5. But if you look at some of the scores when they're playing some of these Fort Worth schools, they're hitting some pretty big numbers against some of these schools as well.
There's no doubt. I think. I would say they're not far off of ability level with Dunbar. And Dunbar, like I've said before this year when we played them, they can beat anybody on any given night. And I think Eastern Hills is similar to that. Obviously they lost to Dunbar, but I'm telling you, the athletes that they have on the field, they can pose some problems if you're not ready to defend them.
Well, that'll be fun to watch when the time comes. Going to be a big week this week for Mustang football. 6:30 Wednesday night, Classic Chevrolet over at 2501 William D. Tate. That's at the Classic Chevrolet Thompson Group. There is a community-wide pep rally, so it's not just for the school. It's for anybody and everybody. Free food and wings, courtesy of Buffalo Wild Wings, so come on out for that. Next Monday night, Booster Club meeting at Cafe Italia at 6:30 this upcoming week. And don't forget, Breakfast of Champions. If men in the community haven't made it to Breakfast of Champions, it's worth it. Get up, come out and check it out. Last week, Ricky Tejada just gave an incredible message and very meaningful for all the players and anybody who gets to hear it. So make sure you come out for that. Tailgate 5:30 before the game, and then kickoff 7:30 at Mustang Panther Stadium. So come on out for senior night. Your Grapevine Mustang against Eastern Hills, and good luck this week, Coach. We'll see you there.
Thanks, Matt.
Go Mustang! The Coach Alexander Show, brought to you by Kim Assad, your real estate broker.